Hey everybody, it's Bobby from Skate It here. How are you all doing? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. We're going live and we're going to be answering some questions, doing some Q&A, and also talking about some brand new news that's been happening. So we're just going to wait for this room to fill up just a little bit. Let's get some people in here and get the conversation rolling. So how's everybody going? How's everybody Monday doing, eh? If anything, it's been a wet start of the week, but there has been some really good points to start the week, which we're totally going to discuss. Let's get some people in here. Here we go. So we've got Apio, hi man. Hey, how's it going? So we're going to get more people filling into the room as soon as it goes. So there we go. We've got more people joining in. Come say hi. Get a shout out. There you go. So signal knocked out there. The weather's really bad, so if we do get any sort of patchy connection, we obviously do apologize. There we go. So we got Apio and we got Cam Chili 08. What deck should I buy? I'm an intermediate scooter rider. Oh, that's a really good question. There's some really good options out there at the moment, depending on what your style is. I mean, would you say that you ride sort of park or street more? Got a few more people joining in the chat now as well. So he rides park. Okay, awesome. Huge fan of the new striker decks that have come out. Obviously, there's a huge range of those in different sizes there. So really something to have a look at. I also saw, I don't know if we've got it in stock yet, but I know it's something that's going to be heading over. I saw it on Lewis Johnson's on his channel over on Instagram. They've got a new Triad deck coming out that's got some really sort of sweet kind of Gremlins inspired graphics. So hey, that's always something to have a look at. But there you go. So I hope that helps you there, Cam. Who else we got in the chat today? Come on, say hello, get a shout out. Let's get some conversation going, eh? It's Monday. We need this. There we go. Apio, I'm getting the Envy Prodigy for Christmas. Amazing. Brinster, hey, how you doing? Cam, thanks, man. Hey, happy to have that conversation with you. So, yeah. Hopefully, I mean, as the year sort of progresses, we might see some releases from NGP, in their new releases. So, yeah, there might be something there for you. But otherwise, yeah. I got to just shoot the Striker ones the other day, and they've got some really nice models. Like I say, you've got the... right off the top of my head, I know there's the Benji No Stance one, I think it's called. But yeah, some really nice ones there, so cool. Right then, so, hey, we've got 5 people in the chat. You're my people. Let's get talking. Let's talk about some news, eh? So, for a start off, hey, brand new news hitting the channel. Core has now become the official protection partner of the ISA, the International Scooter Association. That's huge. So, no definite news yet as to when there's going to be new champs or anything like that. We're probably going to be looking well into sort of 2021. But hey, when it does happen, Core, they've bagged themselves the official position of protection partner. And so, as you know, quite a fair few people in the scootering community are hugely on the Core train, and also with BMX as well. And having sort of had to shoot their products and also to review their products, I can totally see why. There's got some really, really good quality to their components, as well as suitability for the sport. Sometimes you can kind of get the impression by some sort of pad companies that they've made a good pad, but what's it for? Is it for ramp skating, so you want it to be heavy duty and bulky? Is it for riding in the street, so you kind of don't want it to be as bulky, get it to be sort of good fitting underneath your clothing, so with Core, their range of products really do sort of suit all needs, so that is really good. So here we go, we've got F111. I'm looking to buy a scooter and I have a budget of around £450, but don't know what to get. That sounds like one of those great problems. £450 is an amazing budget for a scooter. So obviously, again, as I said to Cam earlier, really sort of got to take into account what kind of style of riding that you're going to be doing with it, and obviously then sort of cater it around. With a £450 budget, you could easily go custom, I would say, with that. So have a look at our custom scooter builder, which is on our website, which, of course, come on, you guys all know, it's www.skatehut.co.uk. Have a go on there, and you can then tailor pick all of your items. And with it being on the scooter builder, you know it's going to be compatible with each other. And if you get it built on our custom scooter builder, you get 10% off at checkout. So get some of that £450 back in your pocket. Why not? So yeah, like I say, that is a really decent budget. You'd be able to get yourself something really, really nice for Christmas. But hey, don't delay. I mean, you know, what I would say is after we've seen what sort of 2020's thrown up, don't delay on getting your Christmas presents. If you've got like something that you really, really want, get it. You know, because I think some places may end up sort of selling out. So you want to get there early. Okay? Other bits of news. Now, I know if you've had the internet for the last 2 weeks, you have seen Dogface208's amazing chill TikTok video where he is going down the street on his longboard, drinking some cranberry juice and having a ball listening to Fleetwood Mac. Now, as a Fleetwood Mac fan myself, hey, that video spoke to me, it was amazing. And also, it just really amplifies the main reason why cruising on a longboard is just so much fun. It's not about doing tricks. It's literally about just enjoying going from A to B. Now, the thing about Dogface's story is that, like, not a lot of people have been sort of talking about it, but the main reason why he was on his board, and this is how awesome the guy is, how chill he is, he's got his longboard in the back of his van. The main reason being is that his van isn't the most, you know, reliable, and it breaks down often. So if anything, he has got his board in the back of his van in case it breaks down so he can get to work. And so that is literally when he takes that video. We had a few questions there. Somebody saying that they've got their first heel whip. That's awesome. And somebody else wanting to ask something about whether we're going to stock a certain deck. If you just tap a little comment in, it'll bring the feed up for me, because unfortunately the comment thread will disappear on me on the regs. Something we've still yet to fix. But going back to the Dogface story. Oh, here we go. So are you planning to carry the Aztec Hydra deck? Now, I know for a fact that we get our orders in pretty early with Aztec, so I would imagine that's a yes. But as to when it will be coming in, I couldn't really say at the moment. Usually, when it comes to sort of like having dates for, you know, when products are coming in, we're usually pretty good. But with 2020, it's kind of thrown everything into the wind as to like sort of when things are going to get regularly delivered. So for that, we can't really say. Have we got any exclusives over the next month? Ooh, should I let it go? Should I tell you what exclusives we've got? I should, but maybe I won't. Hey, wait till the end of the video. Maybe I might give something away. Anyway, going back to Dogface208. So like I say, his van's not the most reliable, and that's why he's got his longboard in the back. What an amazing reason. Now, here we go. Ocean Spray gets in touch with Dogface208 and gifts him a brand new van, gifts him like about a few sort of pallets of like Ocean Spray, his favorite flavor, and also gives him some new longboards as well. So there you go. That is some good news to get your week started off with. Man went viral with an amazing chill video, everybody talking about that vibe that he carries over listening to Fleetwood Mac, even to the point where you get Mick Fleetwood from Fleetwood Mac recreating the video on his own TikTok. He literally made a TikTok just to recreate the video. That's awesome. So if anything, that tells me, and it should tell you, get out there, create for the sake of doing it. As Rodney Mullen says, like, you know, there's an intrinsic value in creating something for the sake of creating it. Get out there and make something. All right, F111, because I could buy it from somewhere else, but want to support a local brand. We absolutely recognize that, and that's awesome. So obviously, as soon as we get it in, you know, feel free to get it from ourselves, you know, being local and all. That sounds awesome, man. All right. So, other bits of news. Sky Brown is releasing a single. Okay, that's really awesome. You know, Sky Brown has had an amazing 2020 so far. I mean, obviously, you know, she's had her sort of falls, you know, and managed to then use that as like a catalyst to get back up on the horse, get back up on the skateboard. She's conquered the mega ramp this year. You know, she's obviously going to be in the Olympics in 2021, so that's going for her. And she's dropping a single. Sky Brown, you can do no wrong. You've got our support. That's amazing. All right, then. So what else is happening with everybody? What about their week? Now, F111 says, do I ride street, park, or both? The honest answer is I like to longboard. I love to roller skate. And if there's a scooter going at the park, then I'll ride a little bit of park, but I do mean a little bit of park. I am not a good scooter rider at all. But me and Bryn, who's the videographer and he's a hardcore homie looking after us here in the chat, we're constantly sort of like, you know, grabbing scooters and like having a good time, you know, pretty much annoying like our pro riders. So you'll have like Jordan Hall and Isaiah and everybody, you know, they're trying to whip out amazing, devastating tricks, and we're just there like two little schoolboys like on, you know, scooters, like just absolutely making a mess of things. So that's the honest answer. I do not in any way claim to be any good on a scooter at all. I don't even claim to be any good on a longboard. However, stick a pair of roller skates on me and that is where I totally like shine. So there you go. That's the honest answer. All right then, so what else is new with you guys? What's going on? Have you got any questions? If you've got the questions, hey, we're going to get the answers for you. Well, waiting for the chat to open. Look at that. How smooth is that? Brand new water bottle, baby. Oh, yeah. As Claudia says, keep hydrated. Oh, yeah. So we got Bryn asking, how am I doing on Tony Hawk's? So I've managed to... Isn't that amazing, right? Okay, so we've got this live going on right now, okay? And this is working absolutely fine. We get the Tony Hawk's, me streaming and playing Tony Hawk's, and that works absolutely amazing. But a few weeks ago, we sort of had problems sort of like streaming from a house. That was crazy. But yeah, in Tony Hawk's, I'm absolutely loving it. Pretty much smashed the first game, and now it's sort of steady playing the second game, which is great. Best skateboard to buy for a beginner? Great question from Aaron. Big shout out to you. Right, so at the moment, I know that there are some completes from Fracture, and they're always a decent one to go with, also with Enough. And also you've got Rampage skateboards as well. So all three of those brands have got sort of beginner skateboards. With Rampage, they're going to be sort of like around the sort of like the cheapest start, you know, level. So you're looking around £30, which is really, really decent for like a board. I think it's like sort of 25 to £30. Then you've got your Fracture and Enough, and they're sort of going from around sort of like £45 to £50. And for that, like I say, you're not just getting like a really good deck, really good quality sort of like plywoods that get used there, but also like really good sort of wheels, trucks and components. So as an all-in complete for that price point, yeah, they're really good to go with. And who else? I think we've got some of the Tony Hawk's 180s and 360 boards back in stock, and they're always like a really strong one to go with. Because like I say, with those, just really great components. There we go. What was that? We've got my sister. Oh, sorry. The comments literally just ran off the screen there. If you just press a full stop and then just enter that, it'll come straight back up on the screen. I can read your question. There you go. Bump. My sister rides roller skates, but I have no idea what to get her for Christmas. Any suggestions? Yes, F1. I can answer that question straight away. Right. So, if she's a roller skater, then some really awesome new things that have come out to the market include new toe stops by Rio Roller, which are heart-shaped, I believe, and also Moxie. Double check for those. Also, get us some new laces. You know, you can get sort of like sparkly laces or rainbow-colored laces, you know, whatever, like, you know, would suit your sister. They're always a good thing to get. Toe snouts. Now, obviously, roller skates, they can get really badly scuffed up on the toe, especially if, like, you know, it ends up getting sort of dragged along the floor, which it shouldn't. But hey, let's be real, sometimes it does. So getting some toe snouts, they can either be made from like leather or a non-leather vegan friendly material. And they literally just sort of like go underneath the sort of toe stop, and then you put your toe stop in and hold it there, and then you use your laces to hold it in the top. they're just like a really good option, and it makes a really good little gift to give for Christmas. So hey, Christmas inspo right for you there. Now, Halloween's like around the corner, so we've just recently sort of wrapped up our Halloween guide and going to be talking about things that you can get from us for Halloween. There we go, we've got Marcelli. Sorry, the comments literally just flown off, but saying hi. Hey there, Marcelli, I hope you're well. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly for you. But obviously, we're getting to the big gift giving season. So, how long has Skate Hut been going? Great question there. So, Skate Hut has actually officially been going since 2007. And our, hey, we've got Miles Davies there saying, yo, what's happening? What up, Miles? How's it going? So going back to that question, Skate Hut started back in 2007. It's a family-run operation, and it's grown ever since. So now we've got our locations. We've got locations, obviously, here in Halezone in Birmingham. We've also got 2 more spots. We've got a shop down at Adrenaline Alley. Big shout out to all the crew down there at Adrenaline Alley, including Tom, Luke, and everybody there who works there. Amazing stuff. And also, we've also got another spot up at Greystones Action Sports up in Manchester. So, you know, big shout out to those. Somebody there just asked, what's the best trick that I can do? Now, the best trick that I'm trying to do, I'm really trying to land a Ghost Ride kickflip on my longboard, but I'm still not quite there. I'm almost there, and that would be my best trick, because I'm not really much of a tricky person. Back in 2014, here's a little bit of history for you. Unfortunately, I was skating and I broke my leg in 2 places. So since then, my legs, my ankle has just been just a bit to be able to sort of like do heavy tricking, but I still love to ride. That's the great thing about it. You know, if anything, especially this summer, especially sort of during lockdown, having the pleasure to, you know, be able to go out my Boris break, you know, my sort of like half an hour, take my longboard out, and, you know, as long as I was socially distancing and keeping myself away from people, just enjoying skating. And you had the roads that were like completely empty and desolate of people. So it's been an interesting summer for getting out there and just enjoying skating. There you go. So, yeah, there we go. Any more questions? Do I know Callum Corner? I don't know a Callum Corner. I do know a Callum from Tipton. So maybe that might be the person that you're talking to, but I don't know. Hang on, somebody bump. There was 2 more questions that I didn't quite see. There we go. Thank you. So, who's the best scooter? Who is the best scooter for someone who is wanting to hit the streets and is tallish? And also love you, Vids. Vid's been sub forever. Thank you very much for being one of our subscribers. That's awesome. Also, how much variety do we have on mountain bike parts? Cool. Okay. Awesome. Right. So, in terms of scooters for taller riders, depending on how tall you are. You know what? What we usually say is, like, obviously, if the handlebar sort of comes up to your belly button, then that's going to be around the sort of right height. Any lower than that, and obviously it's going to be a case of sort of like, you know, too much of a bend in your back. Any higher than that, and obviously when you go into certain tricks, there is the risk that you're going to pull the bars right into your face, and that's definitely not what you want. But in terms of sort of taller bars and taller completes that have those bars, I'll tell you what, if you drop down your height, what we can do is then go back into the chat and we can send you some suggestions your way. How about that? Now, in terms of Miles's question about BMX parts and bike parts, we've got like a really huge range of different sort of parts, covering some really amazing brands, including sort of like, obviously in terms of, mountain bikes. So you've got parts coming from Legion, Cult, We the People, Shadow, Conspiracy, and a few others. So yeah, depending on what you need, honestly check out our full section, which is on the website, www.skatehut.co.uk. You're going to find like a really huge selection of stuff that you can go at. So depending what you need to upgrade. I know at the moment we're sort of like really sort of hyping up tyres, mainly because it's that wetter period of the year. So if your tyres have took a battering over the summer, time to switch it up, and it's just a really easy upgrade to do, and it just means that you're going to have a lot more tread on your tyres, going to stop you from, you know, wiping out, and that's a really important thing. Also, hey, nights are drawing in, it's getting darker earlier. You know, obviously fix yourself, if not for like mountain bikes at the park or anything like that, but just in general on your bike, fix yourself up with some lights and keep yourself street legal. You know, there you go. Chinese maple, hang on, I didn't throw another bump on there so I can see that question, please. Miles, I hope that answers your question, brother. Is Chinese maple wood strong enough for a beginner skater for maybe a few decent tricks? Yes, I would say it is. Obviously, I mean, the majority of skateboards that you know and love, they're usually made around with either Canadian maple or, you know, Canadian hard rock maple, or they're sort of made, you know, something around those, you know, usually sort of maple. So with Chinese maple, yes, it is going to be strong enough, I would say, for definitely a beginner setup. It's going to see you righteous. So, you know, like I say, if you see sort of like either sort of wood from California or wood from Canada, you know, obviously that is like, it's just what everybody sort of makes their boards out of. But if it's Chinese maple, I wouldn't sort of discount it, I wouldn't sort of count it out. And for a beginner setup, it's going to see you righteous. There you go. I hope that answers the question there for you. Lovely H2O. So, we had a question about fingerboards. What about fingerboards? Okay. So, I'll tell you what. Talking of ply, if you are into fingerboards and, hey, the gift giving season's coming up and you're looking to get something a little bit special, you know, and you don't know what to ask, like, you know, your folks to get you, then have a look at the Berlin Wood selection of fingerboards. Now, these are fully plywood boards, and so because of that, they just got that responsiveness that you would get from a skateboard as opposed to sort of like, you know, a plastic board. Also, their top bit of grip tape is actually like a neoprene, so it gives you the grip on your fingertips and that dexterity, but also doesn't wear away your fingertips, which is good. You know, so you've got your fingerprints, so you can actually use your mobile phone, and you know, there you go. So yeah, Berlin Wood, really good to check out. Also, Black River ramps, they're also great to have a look at as well. There you go. Can you do scooter over the height of 26-inch bars? Now, I've got to be honest with you, Tiffany. Oh, hang on. Oh, can we do a video on scooters over 26-inch bars? Well, hey, Bryn's on the chat. Hey, Bryn, let's have a look if we can do a video on scooter bars over 26 inches. The last scooter video that we did was sort of like compiling all the best ones for sort of like beginners. And I know that most of the bars on those were sort of like running around sort of 22 inches. So yeah, we can, obviously when we sort of like have a look at other categories of scooter, I'm sure we can have a look at it. So there you go. Hope that helps you there too. Right then, folks, so we're going to wrap it up. So any last minute questions, fire them on in. Other than that, we're going to wrap things up. So any last minute questions we can help you with. If you can hear like any sort of like banging around in the background, that's because the studio here is right next to our warehouse, and our warehouse staff are absolutely killing it, working really, really hard to ensure that all your orders get out right on time. So yeah, that's what you can hear outside. It is the sound of hard work and passion. There you go. What's a good cheap skateboard for beginners? And that comes from Jacques. Right, Jack, again, really good ones on our website. Any park decks around 120? Oh, that's a different question. What do I think of the MGP VX9? Really liked it. Thought it was a lot better than the VX8. Not trashing the 8 at all, but I like the MGP VX9 better. Really like the 7 as well. And I like the 10. I think I'm a fan of the neck. I know some people aren't. Right, cheap skateboards. Again, really good like beginner completes. You're going to be wanting to look for sort of like Rampage. You're going to be wanting to have a look for Enough, and you're going to want to have a look at Fracture. They just make really, really great completes, which are great to learn your first sort of sets of tricks on. What else do we have? We had like a few more questions there. Tiffany, check their website. Yes. Yeah, that's actually a really good suggestion there. Tiffany, if you go on a website and you have a look at bars, and then you can use the filters to actually set the sort of heights that you want, and then that'll bring up the options that are there available for you. When will the next stream be? Great question there by F1. We try and get them out every sort of 2 weeks, so it won't be next Monday, it'll be the Monday after. And obviously, if you've got like any sort of suggestions for things that you want to see, like tutorials or anything like that, we can always try and put those together. Drop those down in the comment for this video. All right then, folks, so we'll leave things there. That's been a really awesome chat. Thank you very much for joining us. And like I say, hey, if you are in need of any inspo for the gift giving season, check out our website, check out our blogs. We've got some great information there on a lot of the stuff that's coming out. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. And as always, your confidant, hey, I've been Bobby from Skater. All right, take care. Have a great week. Right, let's end this. Whip.